What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you with another from season 2. This will be episode 8 video. And listen, I want to say what up to everybody here rocking with me. You know, I told you I come on here every Saturday until the season ends to get, do some more stuff. I'm going to have to do something about the software, and because this software just it sucks right now. They did some switches to it. Now it's glitchy. I'm actually tethered, no pun intended, to the Wi-Fi Ethernet, and it's still acting like this. So that means it's something to do with the program. It has nothing to do with my connection or anything else like that, which I knew was the case, but I just wanted to make sure and everything else, all that good stuff. Let's say what up to some of y'all people out here in the chat who are here rocking with us. Big Daddy is in the building, rocking with us right now. Too Grown for You is up in here. And Two celebrates 1 month of membership. Thank you so much for 1 month of membership. Truly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like. John Haymakers in here. And Lamar from the Lady in the Dime podcast is in here. Obviously, if she wanted to join, she can. She must be busy. Coco is in the building rocking with us right now. We got a super chat right off the bat from Emily, and she says, Tony, can you post the Discord link on your About section on your YouTube channel? Yeah, I will do that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have it. They send it to me. Someone could send that to me personally in my chat on Facebook or something. Then we could take care. I will take care of that and everything. Hopefully, it's going. I see it slowing down and speeding up and everything and all that. But I will definitely put that. Nisha says, Tony, today is my 46th birthday. So let me say this to you directly. Happy birthday. May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. And I hope you have many more and everything else like that. Thank you for everybody else. My man KP in the building, rocking with us right now. And all that good stuff. Yeah, if someone could send that to me, I will post it on every one of my videos from now on. The Escaping From Reddit link, so everyone can get in there. Make sure you get on the Escaping From Reddit. That is my link. I'm not running it, but we have a great show. Someone who runs it for us, Phil and I, and does a great job at it. And we will be more active in it. I promise you, no doubt about it, and everything else. Let's everybody give a happy birthday to our girl up in here, Nisha, real quick. Let's everybody throw that up in the chat. Let her know. 46 years young, baby. 46 years young. God bless you. This drink is for you. Even though you can't see what I'm drinking. That's amazing, right? I ain't drinking nothing. All right, so what I was thinking of, let's have some fun today, right? We could talk about what's going to happen in this episode. We will. We'll do that, you know what I mean, without a shadow of a doubt. But we're going to have some fun, you know what I mean, today. And I want to put this out there because, listen, there's a lot of people out there. You know, I love this is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans, for the show from. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and everything else. We have Eldred on tomorrow, the actor who plays Eldred. He'll be on here tomorrow, rocking with us as soon as it's all said and done. You know what I mean? The episode's over, so make sure you're here for us for that. I might have to set this up in StreamYard just for that, just to stop this nonsense here, because I'm just about done with this streaming account and everything else. All right, so I may have to go back to StreamYard and everything else. Besides that, when we do that, when I get that done, I will say that the #1 show for the fans, by the fans is what I was talking about. We will have more guests on before the season. I won't give it away. I'll give it away, after this one guest. We'll talk about the next one. We're gonna have some fun. And what I'm saying is this: there have been a lot of people out here who I've seen on Reddit taking bits and pieces of my theories and everything else and put it all over the place and added things to it. It's all right to do things like that. If someone inspires you like me, that's fine. But you should at least give some people some credit here and there, goddammit. Besides that, what we're going to do is I issue a challenge to anybody, anyone. That's all y'all fans out there, all of the Reddit posters, other YouTubers. If you have a theory and you want to come on this channel and express your theory, please do so. I don't want to say your theory because I like to give people credit for what stuff they come up with. I don't want to say it and do it misjustice. You know what I mean? I don't want to do anything like that and do it wrong. I would rather you come on and say it so we get this 100% right. because some of these theories out here is a little crazy. All right, a little loco. Let's take this question here, Tony's. What is your prediction about what's going on in the basement of the clinic? I think that it's going to be something dealing with the worms, like the worms are going to be all over the place or something like that. Or I can't see anything else. Listen, are they going to bring that guy back to life? Will they bring him back to life with his chest wide open like that? His chest is completely torn open. You know what I mean? Would he sew himself shut? Is he going to be like Frankenstein or something like that? I can't see that. So I think that the fact they got the kill, he has to be dead. So that means one thing. I think the worms are going to be all over the place. I don't know if Boyd gets reinfected, but I think that's what's going to go on down there. I can't see it being anything else. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying when it's all said and done. When I deal with that, it has to be the worms. It has no choice but to be with that and everything else. Yeah, listen, we all know my theories. The aliens, the military, Jade's program is the one that did it with the algorithm. We all know I came up with that, and those are my theories right there, right? So if it turns out to be Jade's program with the algorithm that made them, that's why he's there. If you see all that stuff, you hear the aliens, you know that's me. If you hear this military stuff, you know that shit is me, right? You know what I mean, and everything else. So we'll see. But let's have some fun before we get into this whole situation. And what I mean by that is I'm going to we're going to go here. And we're going to share. We're going to look at this from Reddit page. Right here. We're going to look at this. And we're gonna see what they're talking about and see if some of these theories that they're saying actually hold some weight. Let's go through this guy right here. This person claims they solved it. Let's look at this. Does it change when I do that? To go back. Yeah, it does change, right? All right, yeah. All right, so let's go. He claims he solved it. Let's go. This is okay. Reflections 2086. He said he solved it. It all makes sense. Let's listen to it. He says, context. Fromville is a mental institution. Everyone in Fromville is a mental patient with a traumatic past. The monsters are the staff who work at this mental institution. Everything that has happened is a mental projection. Think about it. As a few mental patients sitting together and fabricating the story shared as it progresses, weaving it all together. Point one, Victor has been at the institution the longest. Well, we know Victor has been there the longest, so saying he's at the institution, you would have to say that he's been there the longest. Tabitha sees creepy children because she's haunted by her miscarriage. I would say that that's a valid point. She is kind of haunted by it, but I don't think that would make her see a bunch of children that appear to have been drowned, and especially children in different spots and different places. I would say if she's seen her child over and over again, then I would say that would lead credence to that. But the fact that it's different children, I can't get behind that one. Number three, the monsters are staff who visit or break up the gatherings and enforce bedtime. So we have people living in different houses. We have a whole colony house. We have people living in different houses. How can we explain this? Is the mental institution have blood stains on the floor? Is the mental when they're doing burials outside? Is that part of the mental institution? Are they burying people? When Jade seen Toby was alive and then all of a sudden Toby got killed, how would you explain that happening in a mental institution? Because that would have to not only be in Jade's mind, but it would have to be in Sarah's mind, because Sarah's the one who did it. So they would have to have the same fantasy going on if this was correct. Sarah and Boyd had tried to escape the institution, hence they encountered the lighthouse and traffic. Again, I don't think that's the case. What brought them back? How are the faraway trees involved in the mental institution? Do they have teleportation devices in this mental institution that got them back? How did Sarah get all the way back to town without dying and everything? Jade, Sarah see symbols, hear voices. It's part of their mental condition. I would carry on, he claims, but I'm going to say I'm glad that you didn't. Now, I'm not trying. in all honesty. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm here to shit on people's ideas, because I'm not. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to shit on anyone's ideas. I'm trying to understand it. You know what I mean? I really just try to understand it. And understand this. I just, when he's seen everything that he said, I personally here, I don't see how that is possible. The mental institution theory. Again, I can easily explain away a lot of these things. It's impossible for Toby, as I said, Toby have died in this mental institutions theory when you have multiple people experience it. How could they all see the worms come out of Boyd? If it was just Boyd first, they didn't see it. Then all of a sudden they did see it. How did they get put inside the smiley creature? You're saying Boyd killed a staff member then? If the smile creature is a staff member, you would have to say that Boyd then killed a staff member. How come the other staff members would have rushed him, grabbed him up, and everything else, right? That's just that's the way it is and everything else. You know what I mean? So I just can't see that flying. If y'all agree with it, please let me know why. But me personally, I can't see that flying whatsoever. I think that it's a great thought and everything else, but the thought is wrong. Again, we've seen this before in Shutter Island, right? If anyone's seen Shutter Island, I don't want to give it away. It's just been out for 15 years. I think I'm allowed to. But you know what I mean? That is something that I just don't see happening and everything else and all that. Again, I just, if you come up with theories and everything else, me personally, when I seen some other YouTuber say this same thing, and then he said the same thing and then used my points for my video. Say, that you got to follow the breadcrumbs that the show has given you. Of course, that's the only reason to make them up. You can't just pull shit out of your asshole, right? You can. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter right now. My man Q is in the building right here. He's been rocking with me for so many years. My man Q. He says you were 100% right about the show. It's right. You know what I'm telling you, Q? Don't doubt me, baby. You know I got you, son. You know I got you. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you that what it is what it is. I ain't watching shit. I don't watch cocky. You know what I mean? If I'm watching this, you know what I mean? I'm telling you what it truly is. And that's what it is. So thank you, my brother, for the super chat. Truly appreciate it. And glad you went out there and everything else. You know what I mean? But no, I think there are valid theories. Like, and some I can't explain away. That one, I don't. Now, the Elgin is Fatima and Ellis's child. I really think that people are just saying that because he's black. I really 100% think that theory was spawned. Because first I heard that Elgin was Boyd's son, long lost son. So I just think that people are saying, hey, he's black. Wait a second here. I got something. He's black and so is he. They're related. Oh my God. I got it, buddy. I figured it out. Listen, there's a bunch of white people on the show. I don't be thinking they're related, goddammit. I don't be thinking it. If an Asian person come up in this piece, I ain't gonna automatically think they're related to Kenny. You know what I mean? I don't be thinking about stuff like that. Come on, man. We gotta get to think that he is not. If they were going to have a baby that was going to be Elgin's and Fatima, he would not be that complexion. He would not be darker than his father. Right? He wouldn't be darker than his father. His father's half black. Right? Fatima's Iranian. They don't have him have kinkier hair than his grandfather. His hair's kinkier than his grandfather's. They ain't gonna have that. All right? They would have somebody that has a similar skin tone towards Ellis, someone that looks more, I would say, Puerto Rican or Afghanistanian or Iranian. They would have someone with that bring in there if that's what it was going to be. They would not have someone darker, period, and hair that kinky. It just don't work like that, man. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. I have my children, my two girls. My kid's mom is white. I have one kid's mom. I have two kids with her. We're not together, but that's the only kids I have out in this world, right? My kids if people look at them, they look Puerto Rican. because that's basically almost what a Puerto Rican is, right? Puerto Rican is a Taino Indian, right? The Taino Indians and mixed with black African slavery, black Africans that migrated over there, right? Plus some Spaniards and Spaniard blood, which Spaniards are basically Caucasians who speak Spanish. That's what Puerto Rican people are, right? The Africans, Taino Indians, and Spaniards all mixed together, and you get Puerto Rican people. So that's why when you see black people and white people have babies, they look Puerto Rican, because basically that's what it is, without the Taino Indian in there and everything else. You know what I mean? So so just because someone show up and he black, you can't be saying that they down with each other. All right? They ain't related. All right? Let's go into some more of these theories real quick. Again, I'm not trying to say anything terrible. I'm just trying to see where they going right now. Well, we this guy's saying, today I realized the widow monster Jasmine Molly Dernsworth was the co-star in Hobo with a Shotgun. Well, if you'd have came on my channel and we talked about her being in Hobo with a Shotgun, so yeah, we know that. Yeah, I don't think that's not there. All right, let's go through this one right here. This could be a good one. It's short. This is by Psychic 47. My theory: I think they are on the island. I mean, there's water around them. So, is there water around all sides of them? We don't know. Definitely waters. Brundles is leading somewhere, right? Where the road is in the middle and loops to stop everyone from going out. Yet there is a way out in the tunnel system. The monsters are vampires where they can't get outside at daytime. All right, so this was posted 7 hours ago, and I would say that we've seen the monsters in the daylight, right? We've seen Smile Monster in the daylight. So nothing happened to his body. Again, I'm not a vampire expert, so I'm not sure if something happens to vampires when they're already dead. But from what I've seen on vampire shows, they die and their bodies burn into ash. I mean, they're not alive the whole time they're burning into ash. They're dead, and then their bodies keep going and they disintegrate, right? That's what I see. Now, as for them being in a loop where no one can get out, that is what's happening right there on the loop where they can't get out. That is correct. You're right on there. Is there a way out in the tunnel system? If it is on the island, you would have to think it would be some type of Lincoln tunnel system that goes all the way underneath the water onto the mainland or something. I don't think they can make a tunnel that spans that far through that land. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not a construction expert. I don't think there would be everything. So, I would say the fact that we have a lighthouse here, I would say that, it's pretty good chance that that they have water around them, and everything else. So that that works. What is it? I like Terran Marshall's theory. Please let me know about it, because we would like to talk about all these theories and everything else. And again, I'm not here just I'm playing devil advocate. Let me give a couple of super chats we got here from a man Fernandez team. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, brother. And then he sent another super chat from Fernandez T. Appreciate you, brother. I 100% appreciate that and everything else. So thank you so much for the super chat. Again, you can send it to the Cash App right on the bottom. $ Tony Teflon 545. That way, YouTube doesn't get to take 40% of my stuff. The channel's new. Let's go through them. Who is this? The channel New Watchers on the Wall said Boyd is Flash. He appears everywhere and jumps from behind the bushes all the time. What? I don't understand that one. I don't. So I don't know them and everything else. So I'm not going to say anything. But what do you mean he's a flat? Like he literally, like he's a Flash? He jumps from everywhere. No, I can't see it. I would need more information. So I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say I don't. From what you're telling me, I don't agree with it. I don't see it. But please have them contact me and tell them to come on the show, and we will discuss this. And I swear, I don't want anyone to be afraid to come on this channel and think I'm just gonna go crazy and like make fun of it. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to understand your thinking, and maybe you're right, and maybe I'm wrong. So let's figure this thing out together. That's what makes this show a great show, right? You're supposed to have theories about it and figure it out. Luna, thank you for this $20 super chat. With much respect, Tony, I am an enthusiastic theory creator. Sometimes we can come up with the same theories at the same time without talking to others. It's possible to have lots of, and I agree that a lot of times you can come to the same conclusion without speaking to others. Of course, 100%. But there are people who do go on, take your theories and use them. That's just a fact too. The fact that when you're saying that people can come up with the same theories, 100%, and people can steal theories, right, and claim it to be their own. It goes both ways, Luna. And I'm not saying that you would do that because you have respect, but I'm just saying it does go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Right? So yes, you can come up with the same theory, and yes, people can steal shit. So and everything else. But no, in the end, it is all about having fun and everything else, and that's what I like. You know what I mean? And listen, it's hard. It's hard to come up with stuff and to put your stuff out there is very challenging and stuff and everything else. So you don't want to do that. Sometimes it's a lot of risk. As for someone saying I'm afraid not to drop names. There is no names for me to drop. I'm not trying to I'm scared. I ain't scared enough. I ain't trying to give people light that don't. There was a question on there. I didn't see the question. Let me see. Let me see. It doesn't show a question. It doesn't show a question here at all. So if you want to ask it again, it just says that it's available. The money's available in the Cash App, but it doesn't say anything about a question in here. So if you want to, give it to me again, no pause. Pause on that. But if you want to give me the question again, I'll be looking in the chat and everything else and all that to see what it is and stuff. Listen, again. Oh, can you 411 on the Lighthouse, please? All right, so I think the Lighthouse, my theory about, I don't have anything elaborate to say about the Lighthouse, or other than I think that's where the people who are controlling the stuff are at, right? I think they're in the Lighthouse, and they're all controlling it. Again, I think every one of these people have died, have been there before. I think these are all alternate people, and they're running the same test, and they're bringing these same people in here to do it all over again until they get the results that they're trying to get from the experiments they're running on. So I think the Lighthouse itself is just the control tower where everything else is going down in there. That's what I think is going on with the Lighthouse. I don't think it's moving. I don't think it's floating. I don't think it's here. And then all of a sudden it's there. Then all of a sudden it's there. Like, no, it's in one spot. It's there. It's always been there. In fact, like Boyd said, this is the farthest anyone's ever gone. So if this is the farthest anyone has ever gone and they've seen the Lighthouse, what sense would it make for it to move all over the place, right? No one's seen it before. So if it's been in that one spot, it would be in that one spot. Why are you going to keep moving? You're more likely to get caught if you keep moving. They finally got close, and when they got close, all of a sudden the weather started to change, right? So I think that whoever's in there, it's like the Truman Show. If you watch that, people in the booth control stuff. You can control the weather, they can control that, and they do all that stuff, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? So that's what I think is going on here and everything else. So me personally, again, I got nothing but love for everyone who watches this show and comes on this channel and rocks with me. I got love for all of y'all, and I got love for anyone who makes up a theory. And if I make up a theory, listen, go read the comments of my theories. Motherfuckers be shitting on me, telling me I don't know shit or anything else. Like, it is what it is. That's just the way it goes. People are gonna say everything else. Ethan says that the lonely dragon has a map. Who do you think the lonely dragon is? So the lonely dragon, I put it in a video that I thought that Jade was the lonely dragon. Me personally, I think he's the lonely dragon. I think he will figure out what the map is, what's going on, which I think the cave writings, he's gonna figure out what's going on in there. Even when that chick who got killed by the monster, she even said, I ride you like an Alabaskan dragon, referring to him directly as a dragon, right? So I think that Jade would be the lonely dragon. If you want to say that Victor is the lonely dragon, I can see it, Victor being the lonely dragon. This dude, I can't pronounce your name, but you're saying that Jade is the Crominacle. I'm going to say that he's not the Crominacle. And the number one reason I'm going to tell you he's not the Crominacle is that if you listen to when he's talking about it, the Crominacle is a woman in the story. It's not a man. They always say she or her when they refer to the Crominacle. So the Crominacle is not a man in the story. The Crominacle is a woman. So it's either going to be Sarah or his mother will be the Crominacle when it's all said and done. I lean more towards his mother being Tabitha being the Crominacle when it's all, and Victor being the lonely dragon. Sarah is of the utmost importance to the show, but I think that Sarah has a good chance of dying. I don't think that Tabitha is going to die when this show is all said and done. I think she makes it out of this thing. But I do think one member of the Matthew families will die, has to die. And if I had to pick, I would say that would be Jim. Jim would be the one to go. I think they've all died already. Every one of them has died before. Every one of them. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking this time when they came back, when they're brought back, I think they're gonna make it. This is gonna be the time they actually make it out and everything else. We seen Jim hanging upside down by his feet when Tabitha seen him, and he looked like he was dead, and he woke up and he screamed. We've seen that. I think that could be him getting caught. Like, he may get caught in a situation. Maybe they make a trap or something for a monster, and he is the one who gets trapped by his feet and is hung upside down, and he gets killed that way. So I think that Jim is probably going to be the one taken out, and she's just going to have to raise the kids on her own. Again, all right, so let's go into this. Quan is saying From is based on Norse mythology. So I don't see that. So I would need more details from you to tell me if it's Norse mythology, why you think it's Norse mythology over anything else. So if you can give me some more insight on that, I would love to hear it. Jim's the mole to save his marriage. He signed up his family for this BS. I don't think that Jim is the mole, because the mole would have had to been there for a long time. This thing's been going on for a long time. Jim and them just got here. So he's not going to be, it's not going to be Jim when it deals with that and everything else, right? It's going to be someone who's been there a while. So the number one suspect is Donna's real life husband, the two big suspects, and Kenny's mom. Those are the ones. When it's all said and done. And listen, Christy has a good chance of being the mole too. I know people don't like to put her in it, but the fact that she's a doctor, she's taking care of people in there, she could be a mole too in that situation. I don't think so, because she seemed too afraid when she was inside of the RV with Ethan and them, getting the stick out of his leg. So for that reason, I don't think so. So it would, to me, I have to pick. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's Kenny's mom is the mole to me. It's going to be her when it's all said and done. Emily Siegel, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Miss Chen is the dragon who has the cavern of treasures. No, listen, 100%. She does have the cavern of treasures. That's where Tabitha found the bracelet. that was the one she gave to Jim, the exact same one with the flaws in it and everything else, right? So yes, she does have the cavern of, but it does. I don't think that she's the lonely dragon. I know the lonely dragon's supposed to have it, but I don't see her as. Now listen, you wanted to make her the lonely dragon. She's not alone. She's with her son, but she is alone because of her husband's there. She could be the only scientist, the one behind the scenes there. So that could also make her alone because she's a mole behind all this and stuff. So you can spin it for it to be her, but the cavern of treasures could be there. You could also say the cavern of treasures could be Victor's room with all of his drawings could be there and everything else. Someone said, why is there a mole? We don't know. So what we know about the mole is that the show writers said that there was a mole before the season started, and then we heard Randall bring it up in the show. So to me, that's enough confirmation that there is a mole in this story this time. So that's the reason why I go with the mole. Let me see if I can find that again. It says, so I'm picking this up. I guess there's one before. It says, also with Jason Cabot, the first discoverer of America, he is on the ship called the Matthews, and the ship lands at Boyd Cove. I don't think that's coincidence. No, that sounds really good. See, that's a theory I can get behind. The Matthews, it lands at Boyd's Cove. But what does the discovery of America have to do with this show? We do see a lot of stuff dealing with the Civil War. We see that paper from Abbeville, South Carolina is printed around the Civil War time. But when you deal with that Abbeville, South Carolina newspaper, and we've investigated the Abbeville, South Carolina paper ourselves on the stream many a times, and we pulled it up and we were able to see that it does have talks about a lot of things. It talks about the Tsar being murdered. It also talks about vampires on there. Someone's claiming to be bitten by vampires in that one. I mean, if they took that paper to mean anything, you would think that the stuff with the Civil War stuff would be the stuff that it's not important. That's why they showed it. But the other stuff about the vampire situation and being bitten, I don't think we're dealing with vampires, but I do think people are getting bit, right? So I think that could be a tie to it. It could be a situation where they're saying this person back in Abbeville, South Carolina, who claimed he was getting bitten by vampires, really could have been getting bitten by one of these creatures back in the day. And the best way he could describe it was a vampire, just like the way people describe it now. It's the only thing that comes to mind when everything else. So it could be a situation like that. Do you think there is more than one Firmville in this show happening across the planet? I can't say. I don't know if it is. It would be great if it is, because if it is, then we could have spin-off shows. Right? You could have a spin-off show if it was like that. But I would say that, I don't know about the planet, but with the United States, it has to be this here, right? Because everyone's coming from different spots of the United States and ending up in the same spot. So I would say from the United States, it's here. But is there stuff going on in other countries? Quite possibly they could be running the same experiments. Or if it's a situation where they shot down a UFO and they're using the tech and they got aliens captured in this whole situation, they're using their DNA and they're using the tech to capture them and research it. You know what I mean? I think that it would have to be, the government would keep that a secret. There wouldn't be a bunch of governments doing that. It would just be one government keeping that a secret. So it could just be a United States thing and everything else. BG Morgan, we're going to be a little bit more positive than that. We're going to be a little more positive when this is all said and done. Make sure we got 157 people in here watching. That thumbs up for your boy up in here and everything else. Let's see. It said, who arrived before Father Kotri? The mole must have saw him digging the candy bar. So the mole wouldn't have seen him do it. No one's seen him do that. No one knew that bottle was there. Only one who's seen him do that were the people that contacted Sarah. Seen him do that, right? That was the one who seen him do it. So, and the people who contacted Sarah are the aliens who are being captured and everything else. So it would be them. They're the ones. You know what I mean? And stuff. And it could be a situation like, listen, we watch Game of Thrones, you're Game of Thrones fans, where you can see through the crow's eyes. Bran was able to do that. These aliens may be able to do something like that, similar, where they're able to see through these birds' eye. There's no other reason to have these birds in there unless someone is actually inside of the birds and watching them and stuff. So I think it could be a situation like that. And that's why they were able to see that. And that's why they forced Sarah to draw that picture the way they wanted to make it look like that, right? So that's what it would be. The mole is someone who knew that Tabitha was digging. So this is what you could do. Go back and look and see how many people they told Tabitha was digging in the basement. How many people knew she was doing that? The mole knew she was doing that, right? So the person who's the mole would have to know that Tabitha was digging a hole in her basement. Not everybody knew that. So if you were able to go back and see how many people knew she was digging, then you would be able to pick out who the mole is, because the mole alerted the people on the outside that she was digging in there, right? So that's what it would be. But can't the voices talking to Sarah and you? I don't think so. When it's all said and done, what up to Perp Minded? He's got a good YouTube channel, and he covers from. He's been covering from the beginning. You know what I mean? Show that man some love, right there. He's one of the people who's been rocking from the jump. So you got to show him some love. So can't the voices talk to Sarah and the voices on the radio? Because it's not. They're not 100%. They're not. They're not connected. This is because this voices here are pushing Sarah in a certain direction that the other people aren't trying to go to, right? The voices are telling Sarah to kill the boy. Again, I don't think they meant Ethan. I think they meant Victor. They wanted Victor to be killed. That's the boy they wanted to kill. And you could say Victor's a grown-ass man, but Victor also acts like a boy. He has boyish behavior. And we've been through this last week in thing that thinking that the boy in white ultimately could be Victor from a different alternate dimension. And so that's who they're trying to get her to kill, is the boy in white. In fact, the boy in white is the only person that's ever been referred to as boy in this whole show. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. I think. And Death Shadow, you're right on that. It's 100%. Kenny's mom is the mole. How she serves tea with deadly mind-altering drugs. 100%. And when we had her on the show, beautiful woman, and when she came on the show, we talked about that. And she told me straight up, she told all y'all if you came and you watched, that was some damn mushroom tea. And again, I know what mushrooms do to you. I'm not saying I know personally what them damn mushrooms do to you. You know what I mean? I ain't saying personally. You ain't saying that I know what them damn mushrooms do to you. I ain't saying I don't know either. In fact, I plead the fifth on that whole situation. But the mushrooms do, from what I heard, those mushrooms be giving you some shit. There's things, in the military, right? Didn't they used to give soldiers like LSD and things like that to try to create super soldiers, to try to make them with things and everything else and all that? Let's take Perp Minder's question here and everything else. He says, you see a major character dying with 3 episodes left. Yes, there will be one major death this year. There will be a major person who dies every year. Father Kotri was the first person who was major. So when I look at the bartender, Tom, you're always going to have those secondary. I'm talking about the main cast people, right? Like Father Kotri, a main cast member. Someone has to die every year, without a doubt. So number 1 on the list is Donna, is number 1 on the list to die. It has to be someone that is going to tug at your heartstrings if they do die. It's going to be someone that's emotional. I could see Donna sacrificing herself to die. And again, I think also when you look at it, you have to have a replacement character. You have Fatima could take over Donna's spot running Colony House, right? So you could easily do that and push her there, get rid of Donna, put Fatima in her place in Colony House, and then that would be the end of Donna, and Donna dies. That would be number one on my list, would be Donna. After that, I did have Ellis number 2, but the fact that they almost killed him and didn't kill him makes me think he's not going to die. So he goes down. After that, Fatima. Now she's pregnant. So that's the difference here. That she's pregnant. Now, do I think this pregnancy with Fatima is going to be the fastest pregnancy you ever seen in your life? I think she's going to go. I mean, what are we here? We're like 4 days. This whole thing is happening like 4 days, 3 days or so from this season. I think you're going to see Fatima if they're going to go through with this whole pregnancy thing, she's going to be like 3 months pregnant by episode 10. And then after that, you know what I mean? She's going to be, next season, she's going to be like 6 months. You know what I mean? I think they're going to it's going to be a really fast pregnancy because of the place they're at, right? So we've seen, you know, Ethan's wounds heal fast, right? So I would have to say Fatima, if they don't go through it, they don't want to give birth to that baby, Fatima can go too. She can get killed. As for secondary characters, I think that Christy's girlfriend's going to get killed. I think a lot of them are all going to get wiped out when the flood hits at the last episode, and that's what I believe is going to happen. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people will get wiped out in that flood when it's all said and done. But as for main characters, I would say Donna and Fatima. I'm trying to think of anyone else that could go. Christy can't go. Kenny can't go. If they prove that Kenny's mom is the mole and she gets taken out or has to escape because she is the mole, I would consider that almost like a major character death too, if she went away. So the Matthews can't go this season. None of them can go. Jade can't go. So when it comes down to it, it has no choice but to be either Donna or Fatima. It's got to go. That would be it has to be one of them this season. I mean, Tilly probably going to go and get killed too, but we don't consider her a main character. I'm saying someone that's going to really make you, and I'm going to feel bad if Donna dies. I don't want Donna to die. I love Liz. I love her. She's a personal friend of the show. And you know what I mean? And me and Phil offered her a spot. We told her if she does get killed off, she could join us every week on the show and doing everything else. But I would have to say it would have to be Donna. Unfortunately, that's the one I would see and everything. I think Ellie's saying I think Boyd and Ellis still have worms. I think you could be right. I don't know if that's the case, but you could be right. We don't know if every worm got out of their body. It seemed like the thing lit up for a super chat, and I may not have seen it. Don't see it. What is that? Oh no, that's just Emily's Mrs. Chen one. So no, I don't see. I heard the thing light up, but I don't see one. Oh, what? Wait. There we go. All right, we got a couple here. Let's go through them. We got 2. So I'll go for you. But as for Ellis, again, when we had the good doctor on the show last week on Escaping From podcast, she specifically said that we haven't seen the last of those worms, right? That's what she said. She was drinking a little bit too, so you know when you're drinking, you tell the truth and stuff and everything else. So Emily says, "Hear me out. If Kenny dies, then his moms will be the lonely dragon, and Tilly may be the cure. You would have to explain to me a little bit more about this for me to understand what you say. I understand that she would be a lonely dragon if she's by herself. If Kenny dies, 100%. and how Tilly is the cure, I would need more information on that situation. So you'd have to explain a little bit more for me to understand what you're saying. But yes, I could. I think we talked about that a little bit as well when we gave the reasons how she could be the lonely dragon, right? If we could say that if she's the loner, only person in there from the science team that's watching everything and stuff. So we would have to look more into that. But RC, thank you for the super chat. Donna will die to protect Fatima. Yes, and listen, when we have a bunch of scenes with Donna of her being motherly, of her doing things like that, it just makes you think that when they give you these type of scenes and all these emotional scenes with her, that something bad's going to happen to her in the end. You know what I mean? That's what it makes it seems like they're setting it up for her to die and everything else. The witches theory. So I had a girl come on my channel. Her name is Lauren from Lauren's Corner. And she hit me with the witches theory. She thought it was witches. And you go back and look at that stream. Long before other people were talking witches, she was talking witches. And, I'm not saying it's not witches. A lot points to witches. I would not say if it's witches, I would not be shocked at all. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. So, but it could be. Evan says, who threw down the rope? Though it's impossible. There's no answer there. Unless this guy, with his toenails was able to do it. I can't see anyone else doing it. You know what I mean? Unless it was the people. I believe that that the people are fourth dimensional beings, right? So they can affect things in the third dimension without being seen, right? So I think like that's how they collapse the house. Because these are fourth dimensional beings that they're dealing with, whether it's human beings or aliens in the fourth dimension, but they're operating out of the fourth dimension. And that's why they're able to affect things. So it's a fourth dimensional being that can easily throw that rope down to him. That's the only way I could see it going down. Let me get to another super chat here. Evan Rice says, I got worms. Well, listen, bro, I don't know how to take that. I mean, what to do about that? That's a personal problem. I mean, I can't help you on that one, man. I can't help you. Right here, let me take this super chat. Thank you so much. So in season 1, Eason 3, when they were describing what the Carminicles sound like, it sounded exactly like the witch lady at the end of season 7, episode 2. Tell me I'm wrong. I can't tell you you're wrong. I would have to go back and listen to that episode and then listen to this right here. So I would not tell you. Again, the Carminicle is a woman. There's no doubt about it. We know that. But the Carminicle is a hero. That witch lady didn't look like the hero. The Carminicle is the hero of Ethan's story, not the antagonist. This person looks like the antagonist. So what I think was happening was that this was a vision of Fatima being drowned and being killed in the water. Now, he may be able to prevent this from happening because he's seen this already. But that's what I looked at. So when I think about that, I don't think that woman in the water is the Carminicle at all. You know what I mean? I can't see it being that. That woman did look like someone who was on the bad side of things, and the Carminicle is the hero of that story. So that's so. But as for sounds, I can't say it doesn't sound like it. I would have to actually listen to it again to find out if that's the exact sound there. We have another super chat from Chuck. Thank you so much, Chuck. Truly appreciate it. He says, does the pregnancy break the time loop? Leaves change with the trees, and Donna being excited she found out. That could be it. So again, I have said that they have done this to these people over and over again, then killed them and brought the same people back from alternate dimensions because they're looking to get a certain situation, like they're trying to get them to do something. This situation of getting her pregnant might be a thing that they were trying to do with her character. Like, it could be, think about it like this. If all this stuff that like, if you go with what I'm saying on this, right? And these people, these Americans or whatever country they want it from, have captured aliens using and they've used reverse engineered wormhole technology. And that's how they get everybody here, right? And they've been able to pull people from alternate dimensions in here to run these tests. And they're actually trying to use these extraterrestrial worms and things that they've gotten from the aliens to cure situations. Like Fatima has a condition where she can't get pregnant. So what if they're using this stuff that they're giving her to try to make it so she can get pregnant, to help women like her in the real world that can't get pregnant? And they're running the test over and over again for her. And this now, it finally worked and they got her pregnant, right? You can go through everybody in there and say, what would they use this person? What would they be testing on this person? And why would they do that? Right? So it could break the loop like the other people could have. Fatimas, they couldn't get pregnant. And now they finally figure out the way to get pregnant by using these tests. So yes, 100%, that pregnancy could break the time loop for her because it could be an experiment on just getting her pregnant with the condition that she's in. Lady Fairchild was like, maybe Fatima doesn't have a womb. Maybe she doesn't. You know, because that's what it was. Like, if you looked at the Holocaust, disgusting as it was, and you look at the experiments they were running, and mostly they were running on twins, children, right? And anyone they wanted to run on because they're disgusting, right? They were saying they were doing it to benefit people, right? When they ran the test on the Tuskegee Airmen and did all that stuff, I mean, when they ran the test on black people and they run these things, they always do it in the name of good, right? Tuskegee Airmen, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying. You know, I say when they run these tests, they always say they're doing it in the name of science for the betterment of people. So all these things they could be doing, that's what they'll try to say in the end, that they're doing it for the betterment of people. Again, people saying that Jade is a Cromanacle, we have 100% proof that in the book, the Cromanacle is a woman. So I don't think they would switch it, the Cromanacle, to a man for the show when they're going they're going through the whole, using the book as a map. So I think the Cromanacle will have to be a woman, since it's a woman in the book. So for that reason, that is why I cannot see it being a man, being the Cromanacle. Has to be a woman. And there's only two women I think it could be, and it's Tabitha or Sarah. It's one or the other. And that's it. So I can't see it being any other woman. It's not Donna or anything else like that, you know. So now we talked about Donna dying, and I'm very upset that it's definitely going to happen. Wolfspear, does Randall make it out this season alive? No. One of them, some of them are going to make it out. I mean, let's think about it. Some of them have to make it out from this show. I think that you have to break the love triangle. So you have Christy's girlfriend's got to go. So that's the end of Christy's girlfriend. You could have the bus driver woman. She could probably stay. I mean, there's three main. Who are the main people that came in here, right? Yes, the Cromanacle is a woman in the book. They say she, they say her. If you go look at it, that's just what it is. The main people from the bus are, you would say Randall is one of the main people from the bus driver, they show multiple times, and Tilly. And then Christy's girlfriend. So those four, right? There's really no other people from the bus that we see that are main characters. And Elgin, obviously Elgin. Elgin's not going to die, so Elgin's safe. He's staying. That's one. Christy's girlfriend's going to die. Then that leaves those two. The bus driver and Randall may make it. Maybe I think Randall's too hot. I would like to see Randall make it, but I just think he's too hot-headed to make it, so he's gonna die. He's gonna do something stupid. I think I think he's gonna do something stupid to get himself killed when it's all said and done. That's the way I see it. You know, so yeah, Batka. Why they gotta give a crazy ass name? Batka. Why you gotta be named Batka? Whatever you pronounce it. You name a Claudette, like my mother. Or Cece, or something like that. Pert Minder says, Ellis would be kind of crazy just considering that. Yeah, they're not going to almost kill you and then kill you. Like, it's not going to work like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be like, all right, we almost got you. Nope, you're dead. Psych your mind. You know what I mean? And it ain't going to be nothing like that. You know what I mean? So Ellis is safe, I think, this season. Just for that. But but it's good. But definitely, I think Randall is going to do something stupid and get himself killed. And then so you have the bartender will be Batka will be the new bartender. She'll take over that spot. If she's there, Donna dies. Fatima takes over. Fatima, listen, Walking Dead is. I don't know if we're gonna have a dumpster situation going on in here. I hope we don't have a dumpster situation going on here. That would be crazy if they did something like that. Listen, we have over 160 people watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. In fact, I'm gonna check right now and see exactly how many likes we have on this video. Thank you for the Cash App, Fred. He says, you think we will see the Lighthouse again by episode 10? I do. I just don't think that they can show you that in one episode, in one season, and then not bring it up again by the end of this season. So I 100% think they have to show it again, probably in the last episode. Now, when they come on here, the actors who come on here on Escaping From, they have said that episode 9 and 10 is basically one big episode. All right, so basically it's almost a movie since it's 2 hours. It's a short movie, but it's still like a movie. That those two, they're gonna blend together seamlessly like that. They said. So we got this episode and basically one extended episode after that. So I think that without a shadow of a doubt, it's got to be, they have to show it again. I don't know if they're going to enter it or do anything, but they have to make some reference. Like there's certain things that have happened so far. We haven't seen the boy in white the whole season. We've seen Sarah like twice. These are main characters from the first season, and we haven't seen them at all. And then I was contacted, and he was in the chat, and he contacted me privately of the guy who was the coach. He said he was the coach, the school teacher, like this tutor for Vox, who was the boy in white. And he told me that Vox told him that the season is so crazy that people are gonna blow their mind when they see it. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. So we'll see. And we haven't even seen him. Luna says, "Do you think Baca will work with Jade on why to get out?" I think she's going to get she's gonna take over the bar. Real in dreams and theories. Wow, you are here. Your theories are. Who is this person at Real in dreams and theories? Who is this? I don't see him. And he makes up theories. You say, well. Thank you for rocking with us. Real enigmas. I'm sorry. Real enigmas and theories. And people are so shocked that you're here. Thank you for rocking with us. We really appreciate you. We would like to go over some of your theories. Again, I invite anybody who has a YouTube channel, who makes theories, or anything who wants to come on and talk about their theory, I have a platform for you to come on and talk about it. Please come on. Let's get to this super chat from Tim Brown right here. And Tim Brown says, Donna is the rat ever since she found the voice on the radio and gave Jim that look. You could never trust her. What Donna said was specifically was, and it was said twice, right? It was said, how do you know that that voice was human? And then his wife said that same exact thing to him. How do you know that voice was human? That's what I took from him. I don't think Donna can't be the mole and die. I mean, she can, but that would be too much. I think if Donna dies, it has to be a saving someone, right? It has to be in the motherly thing that we have seen that so far. I think she has to go out like that. I'm going to go with. I've said it from the jump. I'm going to stick to it. I think that I think that it's 100% Kenny's mother and everything else. So all that. Let's go through some more questions here. But it would not shock me if it was. And everything else. The boy in white threw down the rope, maybe. Long live Tom. He's coming back. Save Phil. What up to Mika, who's up in the building rocking with us? Donna is a witch. Give me something that lets me know that. If you can give me some proof, I'm definitely willing to hear it. If Donna is a witch, let me know. Eric Wills says, what if this is a cult ritual gone wrong? Concerning the symbols is so imperative. Why is that? Father Country says that there's no Bible in Fromtown. This has to be the key to everything. I don't know if it's the key to everything, but he did bring it up, so therefore it has to be somewhat important. It could be. Listen, you want to say that Fatima is a witch and they're all worshiping Fatima? It was called Belly of the Beast, that episode. If you want to say that Fatima is the beast out in her belly, I will not tell you that that's not the case. That 100% fits the show. I can see that a mile away. If that is what it is, that would not be something that I would just say, can't believe it happened. Only thing I would say is to me about it is that I don't think they've set that up well. If they did do that, the setup isn't there. I didn't see the setup there. As I said, I want to bring it back to my alien theory. The setup is there for the aliens. You can go look at a billion things that point to outer space and they show you here. Billion things. I'm not going to go through them all. There's too many. But 100%, if you want to say that they're worshiping Fatima and she's the belly and she's the beast, and the belly and in the belly is this. We also seen the pictures of Fatima and Ellis that Ellis drew when Peggy came on the channel. She said that she felt that was an Adam and Eve type thing. 100%. So it could be, and I will not tell you that it's not. I would just need more evidence that points to that and everything else. That's what I would need in order to know. Someone leave a super chat. It's from Mika, and she says, I missed the whole show. I'm sorry. Now, you didn't miss the whole show. We only been on an hour. So, and nothing to be sorry about, girl. But we only been on an hour. We only been on an hour. I mean, we be streaming for 3-4 hours sometimes, right? So we only been on an hour and stuff. Someone said this is an experiment for STDs. Is that what someone said? Now, and I also heard someone, say that, and I'll rebuff this real quick. Someone said that Jay, Boyd, when he put the worms in him, that the words he said was a incantation. Like he had to say that my blood is now your blood, or it wouldn't work. Like, I don't agree with that, and strictly because he didn't just say those words. He said, motherfucker. He said, when you have an incantation, like you see Harry Potter and he's sitting there and he says whatever, Zulamax. That's the end of it. He doesn't say Zulamax, motherfucker, because that would fuck the spell up. You can't add something to a spell when you're saying it. When you're saying it, the spell is those words, right? So the fact he said motherfucker, I think that it can't be that. I mean, if you see Mork from Mork and he runs up on somebody and says, hey, nanu nanu, there you go. You don't see him run up on someone saying, nanu nanu, motherfucker. You don't work like that. You can't add the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you have to keep it right there. You know what I mean? You can't add that shit. That's just got to be right there. So the fact that that's what it is, that's the only reason why I didn't think that it could be. Someone said, I said, Puerto Rican, Greekin says, is this Skynet? 100%. Good possibility it is Skynet. We know that when the company that Jade, in real life, the company that they used for Jade's company that he sold is a automated computer company, right? It makes things for warehouses, for automated that makes robots for warehouses so people don't have to lift boxes. It makes automated driving technology. So 100% this could be an algorithm dealing with quantum mechanics that he said. When you deal with that situation, it could have been a Skynet situation where the robots have taken over and now they're running tests. And you want to say it's a Matrixy type situation, 100% that they did set that up. So it could, I could see it being that. Let's take these super chats right here. Death Shadow says, have you heard about it being a game of tarot cards, right? Between the accused witch. I have not seen it. If you can, someone share me the link. People hit me up on my personal Tony Teflon. Share the link to me. I'll pull the theory up right now. We got Betty. Thank you for the super chat. It says, for who will go in the cave? Who will go in the cave with Jade? It has to be Tabitha. That's who we see outside of the cave with her. Maybe she's too afraid to go back in. But if anyone's going with him, it's Tabitha. It's nobody else. It's him and Tabitha. So he either goes in alone or he goes with Tabitha. And I think he goes in this episode, right? So is that how they're going to do it? Are they going to end Tabitha's episode again with her in the cave? See, I can't see them doing that 2 times in a row. So that's why I think the cave thing has to end this episode. They got to get to the bottom of it this episode because they're not going to have Tabitha again twice in the cave to end the episode. And I think that's where the floodwaters are coming from. I think that's how they start to realize the flood's going to happen. Tabitha and Jade go inside the cave, and then the people start raising the water and flooding the cave out. And then that's how they get swept out, and that's when the flood starts to happen for the last 2 episodes. I think we get the flood. So again, if you can give me this, show me the link to this thing, I'll pull it up, and then we can go over it. If you think it's good, then I trust you. I would love to see it. But I can see it being that witches stuff without a shadow of a doubt. Mika says the Munsters and Martin have the same nails. So the Munsters have the same nails. Martin has that nails. When you're dealing with it, it seems like the Munsters could have a version of that worms, those extraterrestrial parasites. Again, I'm using the word extraterrestrial parasite because there is a that is what it was used when Hannah came on the channel. That's what she called them. So I'm going with what she said, and she called them extraterrestrial parasites. Again, it's experiments, right? So they could be. We knew that the key that they were keeping Martin alive. He was a military veteran. It could have been an experiment they were using to make some type of super soldiers. And that's what they got from him, right? So That's why I think the nails could be the same. Listen, the nails is ferocious. We've seen them nails grow. When the creature that slashed Father Kotchery, those nails grew. They weren't the same size nails. They grew out those nails when they did that, right? So it could be a situation like that where it's some type of super soldier program that they could be trying to solve a whole bunch of things. They could, you know what I mean? But it could be a super soldier situation. If they did, I hear what you're saying, Johnny, about, I would not like them to do the Skynet thing or the Matrix thing because we already see it being done. So that would be the reason why I wouldn't want them to do it. But it could be. I mean, we have to at least say that there's a possibility that they could do that. You know what I mean? They have set it up. I look at things that they've set up to me, and I know, again, I know that the Norse thing, maybe I'm not grasping it. So I would need someone to really come on and explain it to me. As for the symbols on the talisman, again, you could say they're Norse symbols. I pulled it up and shown that they were Hebrew symbols that look just like it. I think there's a lot. I mean, you could look at and you could look at the English lettering system, and there's other systems that look just like it. There could be 4 or 5 different things that it could be used from. But to narrow it down to one may not be a situation like that. Evelyn Martinez says, I think the military found extraterrestrial worms that bring dead people alive, so they applied it to the whole city. It could be look at Resident Evil situation with parasites, right? And Raccoon City. It could be a situation like Raccoon City, just with using a wormhole technology. The bottom line is this. The only way to explain away how they all got in the same spot from different parts of the country, is wormhole technology. That's the only way they explain it. Unless you want to say it's magic and they're zapping people here. But to explain it, besides that, the only way they explains it is wormhole technology. That's it. There's no other way to explain it. When you deal with Tabitha and you deal with her having the same exact bracelet is in there already that was there, and it's like the same one. How could it be the exact same one? How could it be the exact same thing that is there? The only way you could really explain that would be if it was a clone. If she was cloned and she was already here, the clone version of herself was there with that bracelet already, right? So if people want to say teleportation, I mean, you could say teleportation is a form of wormhole technology, right? It's basically the same thing. It's linking one spot to another spot and getting you there and really fast. So teleportation is wormholes, right? So that's the only thing I can see how they can do this situation if they're dealing with that. And if Jade's algorithm, if you look up quantum mechanics and quantum computing, that's what the mysteries they're trying to solve are mysteries from outer space and everything else. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying they couldn't take from here, take from there, take from this, put it all together and make it all work. You know what I mean? But I would think, to me, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to run these experiments on these people and everything else. I do watch MMA and everything else. I do watch MMA. I'm not going to watch the fight tonight. I'll be busy tonight, unfortunately, and everything else. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. TJ says Tony is becomes even sexier when you let's highlight that. Let's highlight that, right? We like it. Thank you so much, TJ. Truly appreciate that. Let's grab another drink. I'll be right back. You know who it is. All right, we're back. Luna, let's take that super chat. We're back right in time. We're back right in time. Luna says, if a scientific method is advanced and not understood, it will be perceived as magic, but it's not. It's exactly, right? That's what they say that magic is, right? Magic is science that's unexplained. And they consider that magic, right? So that's what it would be. So again, when you look up the show, and it shows you the definition of the show, it clearly says science fiction horror. Science fiction horror. That is what it says. That's not me. That's the showrunners, and that's what they classify this show as. Science fiction horror. So, I mean, what else would it be? I mean, if they're saying that that's what it is, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I'm not going to fight. Let's take oh, well, you did. You did. All right. So I know that, again, if you are a max member level person on my membership, that means you get to come on for 5 minutes on any live stream that I ever do. You get a minimum of 5 minutes. I'll keep you on longer if I can, but no matter what, whether I'm interviewing anyone or anything, we do have one max level person here. All right. So let's next level person, Mika. If you wish to come on for 5 minutes, again, you have the opportunity. You just have to hit me up and let me know. All right, let's go through this. Gage Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. Why does Phil dislike Jim so much? Phil, the issues guy? Jim is at least searching for answers. Some of them Donna have just to accept their fate. If you talk about Phil, the issues guy, he'd have to answer that himself. But I think he dislikes Jim because he likes Tabitha. If you're asking me, but if you talk about Phil the Issues guy, my personal opinion is that he likes Tabitha, so he dislikes Jim. That's what it is. And he says that Jim's trying to copy him in his hairstyle. He thinks Jim's trying to copy him. You know what I mean? So he's like, he be copying him, he's biting his style, and he's with his woman. So, you know, I think that's the reason why he hates on Jim. Me personally, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But thank you so much for the super chat and everything else. But Phil will be on tomorrow and everything else. He would have been on today, but he has band practice today. So that's why he was not able to get on. And people ask me what I'm drinking. You can see it right here. I think it's clear. You can see it, right? And all that. All right, so I put it out there to our member. I have Norse. I'm sorry. That's just from that. Peace. This is up. Oh, what's going on? We'll see what's going on here. Been contacted by people and everything. Mika, if you want to come on, let me know before you get a chance. Sorry, getting text messages and stuff. I'm trying to work things out real quick. Again, Tony looked like he drinking Ciroc. If I'm drinking Ciroc, you know it. Fire me up. I be getting fired. Listen, fire me up, man. You know, will fire me up. Ciroc will fire me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drink liquor, fire me up, man. Really. Yeah, look, I have a bar. I have a home bar. my little nice little mini bar. I have it in my corner of my living room and stuff. And I just bought some new stuff for the bar and everything else and all that. So I'm real excited. I got the pool table that's getting delivered. I also have arcade 1-up game machines. I have 3 of those in there. So it's like, listen, you know what I mean? This is what I'm doing. I don't be drinking Steel Reserve, god damn it. Me putting that in there. You know what I mean? I'll be drinking Steel Reserve. You know what? Let me. I'll grab you something. Let me tell you something. One second. All right, back. Sorry. Listen, this is my era right here. Do you see what this is? Do y'all know what this is? This is what I drank when I was young. And I'm talking about 14, 15 years old. This is the era I grew up in, drinking these more. You understand what I'm saying? I will never drink it. But I keep it for nostalgia purposes. You know what I'm saying? This is my era. This is the Don era. I'm from Queens, New York. This is what we did. This is what we rock with. You understand what I'm saying? I rock with this, drinking these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is and stuff like that. Now, you know who that is, and you know who type man I am. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Don't know if we'll be able to do it then. If you're able to do that, I don't know if we'll be able to do it. Those are ships. So, all right, we won't be. I do not think that she'll be able to get on and rock with us. That is fine. We'll get her on another time and everything else. You know, but I'm from. All right. So again, all right. So we'll talk. What people asked about FromCon. I'll talk about FromCon real quick. I just drank more. Billy D. Williams, Tony, check out your Billy D. Williams hat. Listen, I have a Billy D. Williams thing on my bar, a Colt 45 thing that says works every time, right in my bar. John Haymaker, did you use brown paper bag? You had to use a brown paper bag. The cops would fuck with you. You had a brown paper bag. That was you did that. You had to. All right. So FromCon again. Let's go through it real quick because people are asking about. So let me before we get back to everything. FromCon is happening next year in June. It'll be next year, June. FromCon, early June. It'll be in Nashville, Tennessee. The website's getting made right now. You'll be able to pre-order your tickets. And then by September, I will have the exact date in June. We will have at least 4 members from the cast right now, from what I've said, that will be at the con to sign autographs and take pictures and do all that. So it will be there, Nashville, next year in June. And more stuff will be related. We will have panels. So if you're a YouTuber or a podcaster and you want to participate and have an hour-long panel, I'll contact me and I can arrange it so that you can get yourself an hour-long panel. I'll have that. Also have a marketplace where we'll be selling stuff there. All right. So if people have, you make crafts, you make jewelry, you want to make some from inspired jewelry, or just bring your regular jewelry, you can rent the booth and you can go up there and you could sell your stuff up in there. We'll also have there on site. I can announce right now that this is what it's going to be. We will have a place that you could take a picture in, a replica of the diner, that you'll be able to sit down there and take a picture in the diner. And we'll also have a faraway tree that you'll be able to stand in and take a picture in the faraway tree. Those things are confirmed, guaranteed. So, and you'll have the Don Tony Teflon that'll be there. Of course, I'll be interviewing a lot of the actors with Fill the Issues guys and LMR. And again, if anybody else wants to be a part of this, like a YouTuber or a podcast, and you want to have a panel, just contact me. I would like to have as many as we can down there, and hopefully we can do this every year and everything else, and just make this a great time. And we'll also have a cosplay contest, and we'll be giving away, I think the prize is going to be $250 to the winner and $150 to second place. We'll have that, and then we're going to have a ride ride the faraway tree, which will be a bull riding contest, a mechanical bull riding contest. We'll have that. You sign up for that, you win a trophy if you win that. And then if you are a member of my membership, like if you're on this member and you're high enough up there, I'll be taking, depending on how many people come, like if every member showed up, I couldn't do it with that. So it'll probably take the first 20 that we pick from the highest ones down. And then we'll go by that. We'll go by longest members and everything else. But if you're a member of the channel, I'll be throwing an exclusive party in my place. I'll be in a penthouse. I have a penthouse suite up there. I'll be throwing a private party there, and I'll have all the guests that are there from the show in the penthouse with us, and you'll be able to party with them and drink some beers and everything else and rock with them. All right. That is what it is and stuff like that. Now, as for Mr. Freeman saying, what about the strippers? I don't know, bro. You're going to have to handle that one on your own and everything else. I'm not at liberty to announce exactly who is going to be there, but I will say, if someone asked about Scott, I will do everything I can to make sure Scott is there. I think that we can definitely work it. I think that would be a no-brainer that we can get Scott there. I don't think that's going to be hard at all. So I think we'll get, if Scott's not busy, I'm sure we can get him down there and everything else. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a good time out there. And if you do come down there and everything else, I will hook people up. If you're multiple people are staying in like getting a place together, I may be able to get you a couple of Airbnbs and stuff like that. But we'll talk more about it and everything else as the year go on. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to the Escaping from Reddit. Not Reddit. Escaping from what is that thing called? You know what I'm talking about. What is that thing called? The other thing. What is it? I don't know. Now you're making me go check. As well, I want to know how I can help with the front camera and with I'm in jail. Also, right with you. All right. I'll talk to you about that a little bit when I get off the stream and everything else. Discord. Thank you. Yeah, the Discord. Stay with the Discord. Join the Discord. We'll be posting updates in the Discord and everything else. Hopefully, I can get this website will be done before the season ends, but I can't guarantee that. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. You stay. Don't leave. Because I'm going to start, putting thing out there and everything else like that. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a great time and everything else. Again, it's going to be in June. It's going to be next year. And then as soon as and then by like September, I'll have the exact date. So you can start looking around. June is going to be the time. In September, I'll have the exact date, and I'll have the address and everything else and all that good stuff. And you'll be able to purchase tickets to go, right up pre-purchase tickets to go and everything else. So it's going to be a great time. If you ever wanted to go to Nashville, you've never been to Nashville and everything else, let it be known. You know what I mean? It's going to be a great time and everything else. You know what I mean? I promise you. You get to see the Don Tony Teflon. You get to see Phil the Issues guy. We're going to do a live Escaping From podcast from there. I'm trying to schedule it around the show so we could watch the show live together there and everything else. So it's going to be a great time. And if you've never been to Nashville, trust me, this is one of the funnest places in the world. You're going to have a great time there. Trust me, you're going to have a great time when it's going on and everything else. So I'll announce the exact date really soon. If anybody wants to be a part of it and help out on it, just hit me up and let me know. A lot of things we have squared away already, but just hit me up and let me know. You know what I mean? And I would definitely put you on and all that good stuff and everything else. So I'm all about it. I want to help. I want to help spread love for this show and spread love for this fandom. I love this fandom and everything else. and that's just what that's what it's all about and stuff. So I'll tell the person who runs the Discord to put a special from con thread in there so that all the information goes in that one thread. All right, so we'll get that done for you so that you can always go in there and everything else and all that. Yep, I real enigmas. I've got your messages. I've been reading them on stream. So we'll talk. I talk to you when I get off stream and stuff, right? So I'll talk about all that stuff when I get off stream and everything else. But yeah, so that is what it is. Discord is escaping from. There's a name of the Discord. So just find escaping from Discord and everything else. And everything. Someone else has do we have mods in here right now? Can the mod please put the Discord link in the chat right now? Again, we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the way right after the show airs. And we'll have the actor who plays Elgin will be rocking with us and everything else and all that good stuff. You know, so that's what it's going to be. Oh, Lady Ace, thank you so much. Yes, we do have the Teflon burger named after me, and another burger, and another chicken sandwich named after me in Romana's. If you ever go to Romana's, you can go in there and you can order yourself a Tony Teflon burger in there and everything else. TJ say, Real Enigmas and Theories, Teflon TV, please do a collab. I think your minds together, we could figure this out. Yeah, she's welcome on the channel. You can contact me. I am always open to having it. And if anyone has known me from the Game of Thrones time, I was doing all that stuff. I'll have anybody on my channel. I do not see. I'm not one of these people who believe that if you watch somebody else, you're gonna stop watching me. Like I think there's a lot of people who operate like that. But to me, I think if everyone goes on everybody's channel, it just makes the community brighter and better. And I think that's the way it should be. It should be more of a family situation. We call ourselves Frumily, right? That's the name. I think people really need to act like it. You know, just don't say it. Like act like it, right? So if I could shed light on people, then I'm willing to shed light on people. I don't mind anybody coming on my channel anytime. All you gotta do is contact me and ask me. And I do a From Theory thing every Wednesday, and anyone can come. They could definitely come on Wednesday stream. And if Wednesday don't work out, we can definitely work it out for another stream and anything else like that. As for the Escaping From, that's a podcast that's already set. You know what I mean, with me and Phil. So it'd be hard for me to get somebody on that. But as for, you know what I mean, but I'm sure I could talk to Phil and we could work it out and stuff. But as for Wednesday stream, anytime. If anyone wants to come on, they could definitely come on a Wednesday stream. And that's the theory stream we could definitely do and everything. Oh, the Tony Teflon burger is extra cheese, grilled onions, caramelized onions, extra cheese, bacon, and French fries on the burger itself. With obviously, you know, all the fixings, whatever you like on it, tomatoes, lettuce, and all that stuff. But that's what it is, and everything else. That's just what it is. So yeah. So and anytime anybody wants to come on, just let me know. You know, I'm all about that. Emily, we need an invite to get on Discord. Do you? All right. Let me talk to the person running this thing. Where is he? He's usually in the chat, and we'll let me get this whole Discord thing straightened out. I'll get it all straightened out. I'll have it straightened out by tomorrow and everything. If you have the link, you can't drop the link unless you're a mod. You know what I mean, and everything else. You're my favorite. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, dude. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I'm doing all this stuff for the fandom to keep trying to keep this fandom going and stuff like that. Emily says, "Oh, as you said, we need an invite to get on the Discord." I don't think you should, but we'll see. I will talk to the person who runs it. Usually in here and stuff like that. I wonder what's going on. Will there be From Con shirts? Yep, we will have shirts. I'm working on shirts with somebody right now to get exclusive shirts that will only be at the con. Teflon TV from shirts that only be at the con, from con shirts, from con one. We'll have all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's going to be a great time. I promise you, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be well worth it. You know what I mean? And listen, 40 in the blunt shirt, you know, maybe. But I promise you, I won't beat anybody in the head with anything in here. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like one of these cons where it costs $1 billion or anything else for you to go. You're going to go. You're going to have a good time. It's not going to cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's gonna be, everything's gonna be reasonable. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be like you're gonna go get an autograph and they're gonna charge you $100 for an autograph. I promise you that in my cons that won't fly. I won't allow that to happen at all. There's no way I would do that. Well, I'll make it all reasonable so everyone can get autographs and everyone can take pictures at a reasonable price. So everyone you could take as many as you want. I don't want someone just to have $100 and then like, oh, I got to pick one person to get an autograph and a picture with. No, I don't want that. I want it to be so that you can get one from everybody. You know, I go to the Boxing Hall of Fame every year and I get autographs and boxes and meet them, and none of them charge those places. But I've seen other conventions, good conventions, that some of these dudes do be charging an arm and a leg. And if I have anything to say about it, I think I do because I'm running the whole shit, I won't allow that to happen. So, even if I had to make up the difference in the cost, I wouldn't allow that to happen. So no, that's not going to be, and everything else, and all that. Wolf Spear pitch with Elamar and Fatima. Elamar's a little skittish with pitches, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You have to ask her. She's a little standoffish with the pitches and stuff. So I don't know if you'd be able to do that. And everything else. And listen, all pitches with me will be for free. I'm not charging anybody. Anyone wants to take a picture with me, you can take it for free. Yeah, I promise you that. I'm not charging nothing. All right, so C10 says they'll post the link on my last video. So what I will do is I will pin that link to the top of my last video when I get a chance. And then I will take that link and then I will use that link and put it in top of every video I put out from now on. I will put it up in there. All right, and everything else. So the last video I just dropped, go check that out. C10's going to put the link of there in that and everything else. All right, we had a great time. I want y'all to enjoy your Saturday. It's going to be it's going to be lit and everything else. You know what I mean? You know, so it's going to be lit tonight. You know, I love the show and I love that it comes out, but God damn it, Sunday comes too fast and I got to go back to work on Monday. So that's like, it's like the gift and the curse. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. So it just irks me that's the way it is. Most likely I'm going to switch this to StreamYard because this is not working. It's freezing. It's going slow and everything else and all this stuff. So, it's not going to be, I'm not going to be able to just do that and stuff like that. All right. So the link is only viable for 7 days. So make sure you go to my last video and make sure you hit that link and you make sure you join that Escaping From Discord. I will talk to the person who runs the Discord. I'm going to have a lot more conversations with this person, and then we'll get that done. As for the Teflon Don OnlyFans, no, I doubt that. You know, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, man. You know, I'm very conservative when it comes to things like that. So no, if you're talking about like Black China money, then hey. If I'm making money like Black China, then God damn it, that's a different situation here. God damn it, that we have to agree. We gotta really consider this shit. I'll get right with Jehovah later. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, but I am not a Jehovah's Witness. I've never been baptized or anything. You know what I mean? But that's and all that. But all right, let me let y'all enjoy the rest of your day. All right. I will see again to show you how much love I have and how much I respect. I see other people. I do believe that Jeremy of Ice and Fire is doing a pre-stream tonight, maybe starting at 10 o'clock tonight until the episode airs, and then a live watch along episode. I'll be doing a watch along episode. I said I would do it from the beginning, from episode 9, episode 10. I don't want to act like I'm stepping on anybody's toes, but I've already said that I would do that. So I'll be doing that episode 9, episode 10. I'll be doing a live watch along with that. I think he's going to have one going out. So if y'all up and y'all want to talk to people about the show before it comes out and watch it with someone and everything else, then go on his channel and check him out and everything else. Also, check out that dude who's just up in here rocking with us for a little bit. Perk Minded was up in here. Definitely check him out, and check out the Real Enigma channel who came out here and everything else. You know what I mean? So definitely check them all out. Again, if we're going to be a family, we got to act like it, right? We got to support each other. That's the way, that's how we get farther in life. Everybody support each other's channels. That's how we do it. There's no need for someone to try to be the top dog and just going to be the top dog and all that stuff. There's no need for that. You know what I mean? Let's all just chill and be cool with it. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace